and this is look, I said before, the big talented man will always beat the small talented fighter. But
one of the most highly anticipated matchups in boxing is the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Both champions have expressed interest in a fight that could shape their legacy. Crawford in particular has made it clear that he wants to move up in weight and face Canelo under his own terms.
You know, I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but
although Canelo had previously been hesitant about the idea, claiming he wouldn't earn much credit for such a victory, he has recently shown more willingness to entertain serious offers. With both fighters seeking high pre-fightal opponents and no significant bouts scheduled, the chances of this fight happening in 2025 have greatly increased. Oscar De La Hoya, despite his complicated relationship with Canelo Alvarez, has also shared his thoughts on a potential clash between the Mexican superstar and Terence Crawford.
Finally, Oscar, Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up through weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If Canelo...
De La Hoya maintains that his views on any potential fight involving Canelo are unbiased. He offers a strong perspective on the possible outcome, believing that Canelo, with his superior size and power, would hold a significant advantage over Crawford at 154 pounds. Crawford didn't look too dangerous in the ring against the Beast, so imagine Canelo being the bigger guy, the Beast. It's almost a no contest. I mean, come on, when has a smaller skilled fighter ever defeated a larger skilled fighter? It's extremely rare in the history of the sport. De La Hoya told Fight Hub TV. Crawford, known for his technical precision and punching power, would face a challenging physical test in facing Canelo at his natural weight.
Canelo?
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. Yeah. Anytime. Because...
while some experts believe Terence Crawford has the skills to compete with Canelo, the size and power disparity could be a critical factor. Currently, the future of this potential fight remains uncertain as both fighters have existing commitments. Any agreement will depend on various factors, including contract negotiations and strategic decisions from both teams. Few fighters have stepped into the ring with both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. The only one to do so professionally was Amir Khan, who suffered stoppage defeats against both. He has since shared his thoughts on how a potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo might play out.
What about thinking that fight? Everybody knows that Crawford got
Several fighters have sparred with both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and one of them recently shared his insights on how a potential fantasy matchup could unfold. That fighter is middleweight contender Jerron Davis, who also faced Canelo rival David Benavidez in November 2021. Having sparred with both Crawford and Canelo, Davis told Mill City Boxing that he believes it would be a challenging fight for Crawford, and he would favor Alvarez to win. Canelo is a big guy, it's going to be tough. He can take a punch, so you're not going to hurt him easily. I don't think Crawford can land a single punch big enough to hurt him. Maybe he could wear him down to the body or cut him, Davis said.
It'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size in the fight, but you got a guy ain't got size and skill. It'll be hard.
We'll need to land some clean shots and focus on the body, but it's going to be a difficult challenge. Canelo is a true fighter. He has skill, technique, and traps. Boxing isn't easy, and anything is possible, but if I had to place a bet, I'd go with Canelo. I'm not dismissing Crawford's abilities, but Canelo is exceptional. Could Canelo stop him? Being the bigger fighter, I believe one well-placed punch could do it. David Benavidez has also shared his thoughts on a potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Crawford
throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you.
Bud recently moved up to the 154-pound division for his last fight, where he secured a victory over Israel Madrero by decision. With this, he now holds the WBO interim super welterweight title, maintaining an impressive professional record of 40-0. On the other hand, Canelo is regarded as one of the greatest fighters of the modern era. In his most recent bout, he defeated Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight, boasting a professional record of 62-1. Benavidez praised Crawford's technique, but expressed skepticism about whether his power would translate effectively to higher weight classes. To face Canelo, Crawford would need to climb 2 more divisions.
It would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
In a recent interview, Benavidez stated, "To be honest, Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen. When he moved up to 154, I'm not saying he struggled, but he didn't seem to have the same power he had at 147. He'd still need to climb 2 or 3 weight classes. Crawford is a unique fighter, but weight classes must be respected. I'd give Canelo the edge." Benavidez, who has primarily fought at 147 pounds, would need to move up significantly to face Canelo at super middleweight. While Benavidez is often regarded as a fighter who could potentially challenge Canelo, a dream showdown between the two Mexicans has yet to come to fruition. Right.
You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175.
Fast-handed Benavidez is set to face David Morrell in his next bout on February 1st. Meanwhile, the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans worldwide. Following his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., Crawford has expressed his strong desire to challenge the Mexican super middleweight champion, LGT. Considered one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world, Crawford would face a monumental task by moving up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo. However, the path to this historic matchup won't be easy. Demetrius Andrade, a former super middleweight world champion, has shared his thoughts on this highly anticipated showdown.
Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other and have traveled the world together through the amateur program. He saw me beat people up, and I saw him do the same. The stories could go on, but when it comes to weight and power, that stuff is real, Andrade said in an interview with Fight Hub TV. And Andrade, who was once linked to a fight with Canelo, acknowledged Crawford's immense talent and skill. However, he believes Canelo holds a significant advantage due to his size and experience in higher weight classes. Canelo is a big, bad wolf, and he can go all night. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to Saul landing shots and avoiding his power punches, Canelo knows how to move too. He's agile, not like a robot. It's going to be tough, Angeleta explained.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've traveled the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both...
I do think Crawford can defeat Canelo, but I do believe he can make it a competitive fight, and I'll be cheering for Canelo all the way, Andrade added. However, others hold a different perspective, believing Crawford has the skill to pose a genuine threat to Canelo, despite the weight disparity. Dmitry Bivol was recently asked to share his thoughts on the highly anticipated potential matchup between the exceptionally talented Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, who is widely regarded as one of the best fighters in the sport today.
Crawford wanting to fight Canelo 3 divisions up. Good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably...
I remember when I first started at the boxing gym, one of the first lessons I learned was to respect weight classes, but Terence is one of my favorite active fighters. He has incredible skills, very sharp skills. Maybe he could surprise us. He already knows what to do, and his coach does too. They'll come up with a solution, Bivol said. When asked directly if he believed Crawford could defeat Canelo, Bivol responded, I can imagine it. This highlights Bivoler's high regard for Crawford's abilities, despite the challenge of facing a naturally larger opponent. Bivoler also noted that Crawford's ring intelligence could provide him with an edge over Canelo, stating, I can tell you that Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world right now. I see him with more boxing IQ.
I came to the boxing gym, one of the first lessons which I should learn, it's like you should respect weight classes. You know, yeah, what it means. But Terence Crawford now is one of the favorite.
Hall of Famer and ESPN boxing analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. believes Terence Crawford would have the edge in a potential matchup with Saul Canelo Alvarez. Bradley shared his thoughts on his YouTube channel, arguing in favor of Crawford, saying, "Everyone keeps bringing up the weight." Crawford recently moved up from welterweight to 154 pounds, while Alvarez has been competing at 150. His pounds since late 2020. We're going to knock him out. When was the last time Canelo knocked someone out? Bradley pointed out. Alvarez's most recent stoppage victory came against Caleb Plant in November 2021.
I don't know. Someone told me to study Canelo. Study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
Since then, Canelo has struggled to secure knockouts against established opponents like Dmitry Bivol in a loss and a 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin. He has also gone the distance with fighters considered to be well below his skill level, such as John Ryder, Jaime Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga. Even Jamal Charlo, a natural junior middleweight, went the distance with Canelo, though he was never competitive with the super middleweight champion. Y'all can stop with the idea that he's going to knock Crawford out. Come on, man, Bradley said. Didn't we just see Alexander Usyk face Tyson Fury, who was quote-unquote 50 pounds heavier? Canelo is the same height as Crawford, and he's not a natural 168 pounds. Usyk is an exceptional fighter, absolutely. But you know who else is great? Crawford. The great ones know how to figure it out.
Yes, he is. Number 2. Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro.
Bradley highlighted Crawford's 74-inch reach, which is 3.5 inches longer than Canelo's, along with his ability to control opponents with his counterpunching. Alvarez is already a low-salary fighter, and Bradley believes Crawford could win a decision by maintaining distance, using straight punches to counter Canelo's looping hooks, and wearing him down as the fight progresses. "Don't go running away from the fight now, Canelo," Bradley said, referencing the unified super middleweight champion's apparent avoidance of David Benavidez. Imitating Canelo's higher-pitched voice, Bradley added, "Remember what you said? Easy fight, easy fight, easy fight." While many analytical boxing minds share Bradley's viewpoint, most in the sport believe the size and power difference is simply too overwhelming for Crawford to impose his skills.
Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started it.
Bradley, known for his outspoken opinions, remains confident in his stance. "I'm going to get back to my hater raid," he said with a smile at the end of the video, sipping his drink. You already know. Whether the boxing world will witness a Canelo vs. Crawford matchup seems to be up to Alvarez. Crawford, who achieved the status of undisputed welterweight champion in July 2023 after stopping Errol Spence Jr. in 9 rounds, made even more history earlier this year by becoming a 4-division champion, outpointing Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA title at 154 pounds. Meanwhile, the Mexican icon Canelo has continued to enjoy success in recent years.
Just with Canelo, obviously he had his fight with Edgar Berlanga announced recently. Not received necessarily a positive outcome, but reaction he'd have liked. What did you make of the Canelo Berlanga fight?
After claiming the undisputed super middleweight title in 2021, Canelo fell short in a challenge against then WBA light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol. However, the 34-year-old has since won 5 consecutive fights, defeating notable opponents like Gennady Golovkin, Jamal Charlo, and Edgar Berlanga. So, legendary trainer turned analyst Teddy Atlas shared his thoughts with Fight Hub TV on the potential mega fight between the two stars, expressing difficulty in betting against the American southpaw. Very few people have the drive or the courage to challenge themselves the way Crawford does. "I ain't ever going against that guy. Father Time might catch him, but I don't know if a weight class can catch him." Atlas.
Listen, I think Berlanga's a talented kid. He's getting better. He's improved recently. I think he still needs more seasoning, but I see an improvement in him. He is a talent.
It's a huge challenge because Canelo is an exceptional fighter, bigger, stronger, and skilled in both punching and timing. But even with a size disadvantage, Crawford will develop a game plan that forces the other guy to use his size, McIntyre said in an interview with Fight Hub TV. He praised the undefeated Crawford, who is rumored to be linked to a potential fight with Canelo in May or September. Crawford has all the tools to secure a third undisputed title. Any true boxing fan knows Crawford can beat Canelo. You have to understand the sport to recognize that, McIntyre added.
Everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence.
Regarding Conor Benn's performance, McIntyre said, "I think he looked terrible. I didn't watch the fight, but some coaches were watching it while I was driving, and they just said he looked awful. I know Pete Dobson really well, and he gave Ben a tough fight, but I don't think much of him. I really don't know him well. I hear his name, but that's about it." When asked about Ben wanting Tank Davis next, McIntyre responded, "Why would he go down to challenge guys at 135 and 141? Why not go after the fighters at 147 and 154? If you really want to fight someone, fight the best." Regarding the upcoming bout between Tink Tszyu and Keith Thurman, McIntyre said, "I think it's going to be a great fight." Tszyu has the momentum because Keith has been inactive.
This is real simple. Real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terry's going to get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
It's going to be a tough fight to call right now, but I see the fight leaning towards you simply because he has the momentum. Thurman doesn't have that same momentum. It's like riding a bike, and Thurman has been at that high level for many years, McIntyre said. He will be cornering rising star Kaysen Davis this Thursday in Las Vegas ahead of the Super Bowl on Sunday. McIntyre is confident in a strong performance thanks to meticulous preparation, I want him to capture a few titles, excel in multiple divisions, and let his body grow. He's only 25 years old, McIntyre emphasized, but 7 or 8 years from now, we could be calling him one of the greatest to ever lace up the gloves. UFC the journey you have to go through to earn that status, and I'm glad he's starting down that path, McIntyre said. It's the energy he brings. He's on the big stage now, and the sparring has been solid, so he's ready. Now he just needs to stay focused on daily training, refine his strategy, and pay attention to how he eats and sleeps. I keep a close watch on him from when he wakes up to when he goes to bed. That's my job, he added. It's no secret that former two-weight undisputed champion Terence Crawford has expressed a desire to face former super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez, but making that fight seems nearly impossible. This has fueled rumors about Crawford potentially retiring from the sport of boxing. During Crawford's last fight against Israel Madrimov last year, his representative Alik reached out to Canelo's team to arrange the highly anticipated matchup. However, a breakdown in communication between the parties led to Alik pulling back the offer. Eddie Hearn, who also discussed the potential fight with Canelo, doesn't see it happening. Hearn believes that Canelo is seeking opponents who are willing to stand and trade rather than move strategically around the ring, something Crawford would need to do due to his size disadvantage. Meanwhile, Alik has hinted that Crawford could face interim WBC super welterweight champion Virgil Ortiz Jr. next.
When is Crawford coming back? What are the plans for him?
I think he is injured now. We are planning to have something with him. I will discuss with him maybe in January. I see him last week in Hamburg. He said he's have a little injured. And he's started.
However, Ortiz's trainer, Robert Garcia, revealed that during a private conversation, Crawford made it clear that he wants Canelo or nothing else, hinting at the possibility of Crawford's potential retirement. Alik seems to share this sentiment, telling the Stomping Ground, "I don't think Crawford will fight anyone except Canelo. Even though I wanted to offer Virgil Ortiz as an opponent, I don't believe he'll take it. I think he only wants Canelo." However, Crawford's latest tweet suggests that retirement may not be in his immediate plans. "I have been doubted my whole career, and some still doubt me now. I love it," Crawford wrote on X. before moving on.
To rehab now and training again, and we hope to. He's one of our plan to see him fighting.
After seeing this, a fan replied to Crawford, "Keep fighting once a year, bud. What an era." Crawford swiftly addressed the retirement rumors, responding, "The demand is high." This suggests that Crawford might continue fighting, even if a bout with Canelo doesn't materialize. Nevertheless, speculation about a potential showdown between the two remains rampant. David Benavidez, who is eager to secure his own fight with Canelo, weighed in on the possibility of Canelo facing Crawford. While praising Crawford's technical brilliance, Benavidez expressed skepticism about Crawford's ability to overcome the challenges of moving up to heavier weight classes.
25.
The goal obviously is a Canelo fight for him, right?
We hope he wants this fight, and why not?
You and Canelo, I know you guys are working towards trying to do a...
To be honest, Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen, Benavidez said. When he moved up to 154, I'm not saying he had problems, but he didn't seem to have the same power he had at 147, and he'd still have to move up 2 or 3 weight classes. Crawford is a one-of-a-kind fighter, but weight classes have to be respected. I'd give Canelo the edge. And that wraps it up for now. For the latest updates, news, and exciting moments in the world of boxing, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our top quality content. Until next time, take care.